Alright, today I want to show you how to be more productive. And to illustrate my point, I want to use one of the most productive characters in pop culture that I can think of. So on most days, I'm actually a really productive person. Like, I get a lot of shit done. But I don't come anywhere near the productivity level of Batman, aka the Cape Crusader, aka the Dark Knight, aka the world's greatest detective, aka the guy whose ears get longer every frickin' time I look at him. Now, think about how much he gets done in a day. Bruce Wayne is the chair of a multinational corporation. He stays up all night fighting crime. He develops or oversees the development of all of those gadgets, including a fully functional sports car, motorcycle, helicopter, airplane, and ski boat for some reason. You know, in case someone's committing a crime on a lake. He's a master of martial arts, can't learn kung fu without training every day. And somehow, during all that, he still finds time to occasionally hump Catwoman, and Black Canary, and Talia al Ghul, and Batgirl. And for a while, he even had time to date Lois Lane. And boy, was Superman pissed.
Don't worry. I'm taking Lois quite seriously. Besides, it seems to me you had your chance.
Well, if Batman stole Lois Lane, guess it's only fair that Superman steals Robin. So you have to ask yourself, how does he have time to accomplish all this? Does he save time by taking a nap while he drives? Seriously, when does this man have time to sleep? And when he does he sleep on a Batman comforter set? I would. But yeah, that's a really good question. How does Bruce Wayne get all this shit done? Well, let me let you in on a little secret. I have no fucking clue. I assume it's impossible. All I know are the things that help me be more productive. And there's 4 things that I stick to religiously. Here they are. I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with one of the biggest movie stars of the last decade. That's Mark Wahlberg, aka Marky Mark, aka Dirk Diggler, aka not Matt Damon, aka, maybe he is Matt Damon. Now, if you aren't familiar with his work, you've probably seen him in that movie where he played a tough guy who was confused. Or that other movie where he played a tough guy who was confused. Or all those other movies where he played a tough guy who was confused. So anyway, one day in his Instagram stories, Mark posted a snapshot of his typical daily schedule. And understandably, people were freaking out about it. I kid you not, according to his schedule, this guy wakes up and starts his day at 2:30 a.m. And by 4 a.m., he's already started his workout. Yeah, holy shit. Maybe if he slept normal human hours, he wouldn't be so confused all the time. No, his schedule seems extreme, but I actually think he has the right idea. If you want to get more accomplished in your day, try waking up earlier than you normally would. It's nice, it's quiet, there are fewer distractions that early in the morning.
Isn't it nice and peaceful though, when you get up?
Exactly. For some reason, you just get more done. And the earlier I wake up, the more I actually accomplish. Of course, that means you have to go to bed slightly earlier too, but come on, no one does shit useful after 10 p.m. anyway. Alright, without a doubt, one of the most popular video games in the past few years has to be this game, Fortnite. Now, I've never actually played it, but I'm told it's a lot of fun, especially if you enjoy being cussed out by a 10-year-old.
I'm in the 4th grade.
Shouldn't you be in school right now?
Hey, you.
You little
You.
tell me to you. This game is so embedded in pop culture right now, it even inspired, you guessed it, a porn parody. And it's called Fortnite.
So how much longer till the storm comes?
How much longer till you comes?
I don't know. Why don't we find out?
Oh, yeah.
See? This show inspires you and supports the arts. Anyway, recently Fortnite was the subject of a class action lawsuit. Basically, it claimed that the developers intentionally made the game addictive by hiring psychologists to ensure that those who play it are getting as much dopamine as possible. Dopamine is, of course, one of the feel-good chemicals in your brain, partly responsible for certain feelings like accomplishment and satisfaction. Now, honestly, I don't really care about Fortnite or the lawsuit against them, but dopamine is a real thing. And if those developers can leverage dopamine to make that game addictive, maybe we can do a version of that for your productivity. How? By making very simple to-do lists every day. That's it, just every day, make a small list of things that you need to get done that day. And cross them off as you do them. I know that sounds oversimplified, but there's actually science behind the effectiveness of a to-do list. Studies have shown that checking things off a list like that releases tiny amounts of dopamine in your brain, giving you that little feeling of accomplishment. It's not unlike getting a lot of tiny video game wins throughout the day. This not only feels good, but it trains your brain to want to keep checking off more items. So in theory, the more you do it, the more you'll want to do it. Try it out. Works for me. I don't know why, but we as a society end up believing a lot of myths in our lifetime. I mean, things that simply aren't factually true. Like lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Not true. Or don't eat right before you swim or you'll get cramps. Also not true. Or a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth. Not true, but make out with your dog if you want, Becky. And I worked in the restaurant industry long enough to know that tons of people still believe this one. The 5-second rule. Yeah, you probably heard about it or seen it in movies.
5-second rule, the 5-second rule!
This rule says you can drop food and still eat it as long as it hasn't been on the ground longer than 5 seconds. Yeah, not true. Bacteria transfers almost instantly. I mean, yeah, you can still eat it if you want, but you're nasty. Now, we make up weird rules all the time, so I'm gonna lay another weird made-up rule on you. It's called the 2-minute rule. And I didn't make it up, this guy named David Allen did, but it should help your productivity immensely. This rule states that if you have something you need to do, and you can accomplish it in under 2 minutes, do it right now. Taking out the trash, sending an email, finally putting on pants for the first time today, even though it's 4 p.m. Do it now. I mean, it'll only take you 2 minutes. I use this method every day, and it's very effective. And it's also a great way to knock things off your to-do list, all right in a row, like boom, boom, boom. Now, I don't usually have opinions about numbers. Like, I would never be like, yo, 17 is a f***ed up number. Man, I'd like to party with 24. Dude, 58 is trash. That being said, I actually think the number 0 is pretty weird. Like, it's both a number and the absence of a number. How does that even work? Seriously, and some studies have shown that certain animals can grasp the concept of 0. Like monkeys can, and parrots can, and supposedly bees can. Which makes sense, you know, because they're already good at spelling. And of course, we all know that if you multiply by 0, you just get 0. And if you divide by 0, you get... All right, but in terms of your productivity, 0 becomes the most important number because it's the number you absolutely don't want to hit. This concept is called no more 0 days. And believe it or not, the idea originated on Reddit years ago. So someone wrote a post asking for advice, and another person wrote a reply explaining what no more 0 days is. And that reply went viral and people started adopting the idea. Well, look at that. I guess not all internet comments are absolute trash. I hate you. You suck. This is garbage. First, you're a loser.
Did Batman really f*** Lois Lane?
Now, the concept of no more 0 days goes like this. Whatever your big, longer term goal is, you are not allowed to have any more days where you do 0 toward that goal. Like if you're trying to write a book, write 1 sentence. If you're trying to lose weight, do 1 push-up. It doesn't matter how little you do, it just can't be 0. And this is gonna help you slowly build up a habit. Like if you do 1 push-up today, in a week you'll be doing 2, and in a few months you'll be doing 50. But all you have to do today is 1. And as a little bonus, if you put it on your to-do list every day and you cross it off when you do it, you get that little shot of dopamine! Yeah. So there it is, guys. Now I don't know how the hell Batman gets so much done, but that's how I get a lot done in a day. And yeah, I know, Batman isn't real, he's fiction, but I like to think about it this way. You have the exact same amount of superpowers that Batman does. And yeah, while none of us have the money that he has, we don't like Batman because he's a billionaire. We like Batman because he's a hero who gets things done. And besides, the fact that he's a billionaire means he doesn't need to spend all night fighting crime or spend all day inventing bat roller skates or whatever the hell. That's what's so great about him. He consciously chooses to use his time to accomplish all these things. And I hope that you use your time to accomplish all the things that you want in life. I'm rooting for you. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you next Monday. Just a reminder that next week's episode, episode 10, is the season finale. So that'll be the last episode of Svperhvman Season 1. And Season 2 will be out later in the year. All right, guys, as always, I'm responding to comments on Facebook and Instagram, so... You know
girl, I'm like a McRib. I'm gonna do what I do, no matter what you say. I'm living my life, Okfei, ooh yay. I guess that every Superman has a doomsday. I'm living my life, Okfei, ooh yay. I can take a loss, and I can handle rejection. I just wanna have an effect like Rush.